Hello everyone, this is Jeff Arcos, and today we are Wednesday, 9 minutes to 11 p.m., and it's the 5th of the 2nd, 2020. Um, why am I doing this video? Well, it's my birthday, and I want to give it just a gift. I haven't done nothing for 6 years for my channel. The minute I see people subscribing, for the weekly candle close strategy, and I have advanced and progressed a lot through my time. And yes, so I just went and added up more content to that. Things are going very good with my channel, no, with my life and the strategy that I was in 2013. I have three strategies now, same with the weekly candle close, which I call the weekly candle close trend line, the weekly candle close direction, and the weekly candle close retracement, and all relate with the weekly here anyway. So let's talk about a little bit of the weekly candle close trend line. Strategy number one, that was actually born in 2015, and it was very good. And actually, I'm going to post the video so I can find the strategy. I want to give it explanation first of all here, and then find the PowerPoint. Okay, I'm back again. All right, so I don't know if I can put everything in one video. I would prefer maybe just to do one strategy in one video, second strategy in the second video, and third strategy in the video. As I say, my life is being a bit sort of um, happy life, happy wife, happy life, and yeah, so I just want to show a few things around. So this is me now. So that's I said, I haven't done nothing for my channel, but I'm very just grateful that people that keep subscribing. Every week I see new people, and I just want to put a very good content for those who has done the this subscription over there. Now in here, this is the company now I'm with it. So if anybody wants to get serious with that, so it's GMT Futures, and I'm in actually, where is it, resource, I think it's here somewhere there, and this is my page when it FX Live time. There is a 1 hour video as well over there. I think it is in the GMT Futures there, and you have actually you have a week free pass, so you can come have a look what I do and how I doing in yeah. So this is quite cool. So this is my new adventure. This company is a robotic company, so they've been working in a very different EAs towards my so I show you what it is. And so that's the GMT. So, and here is my GMT FX Live. So they're doing a lot of other stuff, but they just find that the things that I do is quite interesting, and there it is. So if you're interested, that's what it is, GMT Futures, and then you hook up with me. Now I'm just gonna step a little bit because outside the modules that we have over there of what I do. So the weekly candle close trend line. This strategy is very different than the weekly candle close direction. So the weekly candle close direction is very straightforward. I just trade in the direction of the weekly, and tell you wouldn't have done nothing wrong from that. You come over here, you got a loss after such a big winner. You come here, you got a small winning, maybe break even. You got over there, maybe not yet. The next week, oh yep, that it is. So and even if you're moving just in the pivot points, your stop loss, that is not really a bad idea, isn't it? Just getting those trailing stops are actually quite good. All right, so that's the direction. So whatever the direction is here is telling us go long, go short. You just, you're waiting from there, and there it is. You're wanting, sometimes I look the formation of the candle that is short. Sorry for that. And there it is. So first pivot point, draw a line, and as you trade, and very, very simple. Sometimes we have, short weeks. Sometimes we have a long week. And tell you, it's nothing wrong. I will talk about that as well. The weekly candle close direction. There are two ways to look at with that, but I will talk in another video about that. All right. But the weekly candle close trend line is more aggressive that this one. But in this case, what I'm using here is that when the market is coming down, they, what I mean is every week is low, 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 low. I keep focusing on the trend lines on these levels. When the market is going up, I'm keep looking the lows of the market, and I draw trend lines. Now it has to make it some common sense when I draw the lines, and I will explain a little bit later. So the beautiful of this is that you only once a week you draw your trend lines in the weekly. So you can do it on Saturday. You come over there, you already got an idea where the market is at the moment. You draw your trend lines, and voila. Okay, so you come in over there. You say this week joins with that week. So we're looking over here. There it is. Sometimes we need to just readjust. The cloning is not perfect, but that's the one. And what I do from here, actually, I'm coming to the daily time frame, expanding a little bit. And so that's my weekly line. And I start this week over here, which is normally one day. That's with the 20 is the first one, Monday. And from here, I'm waiting for the candle that is telling me we're breaking down. Now here, I don't know whether it's there, over there, but either the candles over there, it would, give you a very nice profit. The market is coming down over here, so I keep focusing on the lows and the highs, sorry. So over there, keeping over here. So yeah, that's there. So when the weekly start over there, I already started with a break, and I have a short move over there. This one was quite nice. This is was short, but it's still working over there. So here it is. The market continue moving. I continue adjusting over there. That it is. So when the market comes, breaks on Monday over there, beautiful breaks in there, and it was 2 or 3 days. So the key of drawing in my modules, actually, let's say the correct draw the trend line is by, if I want to draw trend lines in the daily, I always go to the weekly. If I want to draw in the weekly, I go to the monthly. If I want to go to the 4 hours, I go to the daily, 1 hour to the 4 hours, and that's that. Always I looking for the higher time frame to draw the trend line. I never draw here because here it give me a better understanding from there. So from here, your question is when is going to be the best day to trade. I have add something that actually didn't put in 2013 this one, but I've been working very, very much in a different sort of what I call index meter. This is completely made by myself, and today is the 5th of February, so I got this line index meter, and as well the average close price action of the monthly, of the weekly, and the daily. So for this job, what I want to here is to get, somewhere over there, get the positions over there. And if the break is, because normally the weekly here, sometimes it's going to be bearish, but I'm looking the break of that bearish. And then this one, the daily, will give me this gray detail over here, which is not bad idea. And yeah, so this is something that I've been doing for quite a few years. I have with me here is the daily strain, the weekly strain, and the monthly strain. So whatever, if I want to trade the weekly strain, so I come over here, and then I'm looking, week by week, so I know what group and what week, to do. I don't want something that's already running too far, I always looking for, for something good. So this is when I'm looking the weekly candle close direction strategy. I'm using this table, and that's my watch list that I do. I will show this one in another video, all right? But for today, we're gonna concentrate on the weekly candle close trend line only. And that it is. So look, no matter where we're looking, the job is just to keep drawing the lines over there. And as you keep drawing the lines over here, that's the day that it breaks. So if the index meter somehow it comes, and this group, the yen is very strong. It changes from week to strength. So the yen, New Zealand yen is gonna be there. So this is sorry, in the daily. Sorry, that's the daily here. And here it's gonna be telling me, yeah, the yen that is very weak. The New Zealand is very strong. Just to illustrate the case over there, and that's it. And I pull the trigger over there. So I have the weekly. So what I'm looking as well, if this one I go to the monthly, I'm looking for levels of support and resistance the monthly. So what I call so I'm looking something like that, and looking, all around over here. So what I'm looking is monthly support and resistance, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, and the trade is going from there. So every weekly high, weekly low, just drawing over there. Try to, as I say, sometimes you have to make sense. So the market is over there, and when the daily, I have a day like this, breaking the weekly over here, I come over there and I use the daily. So for the weekly candle close trend line breakout, I'm using the daily strength. And sometimes I come over here, and as well I combine with that. I'm looking, I want to be at least in the top four. Is with more of the trades I have better success. And that it is, if I say, yeah, that's my trailing stop, trailing stop, trailing stop, and then out of that trade, or as well, you can draw a trend line. Since as soon as you see this coming out, you can get out of it there. All right, so the market is going up. So what I do is just draw my trend lines over here. Um, More clear there. Yep, somewhere there. And when the daily breaks that line, there we are. So this is before the weekly candle close formation. If I wait for the weekly candle formation, I would be waiting, a few days down. So this is a very aggressive strategy, very active, but very, very efficient in any way that you want to be looking. So whatever weekly we have, just draw the lines, and here, I don't know what is the best date, but when the date is coming over there and the index meter show me here, this is the date when I see the strength changing, then that's it. I'm taking those trades and I do my calculations, stop loss and everything, and I try to get the pips that I can have it over there. So that's the weekly candle close trend line breakout. Just draw your trend lines over there. Have no problems with that. And the beauty is once a week job, have the break from here, and that it is. Now the weekly candle close direction is that one over there, where you can have it somewhere over there, and then you have the weekly candle close direction. Now I don't want to make too long these videos. Now I can do longer videos with that, but I want to get into what I showed you before. I say, I think it's this one. Slide that shows from the beginning, and there we are. So that's my name, Chapiarco, trader. Shopping system is all about support and resistance. So this will be too long to explain, but I got this. This is horizontal levels. This is trend line levels, and I have it's in my modules of my workshop, which GMT explain one by one all of this here. All right, we got 3 weekly candle close trading strategies, and the number one is the weekly candle close trend line. Was revealed by heaven. 2015, the weekly candle close direction. 2013, this is the one, the video I have in YouTube, and ever since, it's helping me there. And the weekly candle close reversal. Now, we know the market doesn't sometimes go in the direction, sometimes we break, sometimes reverse, sometimes do things. So these are actually, after many years, it was birth into different strategies. So if the market doesn't do this way, but does this way, I get in here. If the market doesn't do these two ways, this is the way that I get in. So I have a different way to catch the market moves by looking this one over there. This one used the daily index meter. This one used the daily index meter. Sorry, this is the weekly index meter, and this is using the daily index meter. So that's how I get it. And let's have a look. The weekly candle cluster and I was in 2015 born, and you will see the success anyway. So what I'm mainly looking is for bigger time frame, because I'm looking, for the weekly trend line. So I'm looking the monthly support and resistance. Remember, every time you want to do something, always go to the higher time frame. The higher time frame always will overrule the small time frame. That's a rule that I learned in my life, and it's been working very well so far. You draw the trend lines and the weekly highs and lows, then copy to the daily chart, which is exactly what we did before. We wait for the daily trend line breakout. So that's the daily trend line breakout. We test the break with the daily index. So we're waiting and looking the daily index currency straight meter. We test that over there, and after that, I just go fishing. So that's me. I love fishing. So there we are. So this is the weekly and this is the daily. So this line is a monthly trend line, drawing over here. Then I have a weekly, so monthly shopping levels, what I call, or monthly support and resistance levels, weekly trend lines, the daily breakout. Look at that pattern over there. You see, that's what sometimes hunting for patterns is not an easy job. But and today actually I did have all the yen crosses trade based in this strategy. And then I looked at index meter. So that's the Australia, that's the pound. The Australia is rolling up and the pound turning down, and that it is. And when we look at over there, beautiful trade. This is one of my beginnings. My first EA build up. I'm not programmer, but I paid programmers to coding, and that was using the trend line. So the trend line comes over there, breaks over there, and that's it. And look at profit. The beautiful thing of this is the market runs and then runs, unstoppable. That's the beautiful part of this. Pound Canadian, we have here support, resistance, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and there it is. And the market flies. Monthly shopping levels. Let's talk about the language that I talk to my group anyway. Monthly shopping levels. We have over here monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakouts, index meter, and there we are. So how cool is that? And that's the trade. Look at that. That's in 2015, not 2015. So it's just did a mistake there. But yeah, that's the trade over here. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter, and look at that. Is that not magic? Sometimes, I put it the trade over there, move my stop loss, get the stop out, first retracement, first day up, and voila. And there it is. Monthly shopping levels. Was a level of resistance, became support, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter. You see, until this time, both were going together, but the divergence happened over there, and there we are. How many of you like so far what you see there? I know you cannot answer, but yeah, I just felt like, say, for my birthday, I'm gonna give, instead of receiving gift, I'm gonna give a gift to people who listen. It's been subscribing my channel, and I'm gonna work more in my channel as well. But yeah, so there we are. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter right over there, and the market flies from those levels. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, the day that the US turned around, that's the day, and the market flies and flies and flies. very much. And not the videos I will show my next EA that I have. This is our really obsolete. I still have is a classic. Actually, today actually, one of my clients asked me for this EA, and yeah. But anyway, monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meetup, and voila. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, right over there, clone into the daily, wait for the daily breakout, wait for the index meter, and magic happen again. Um, Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and there we, and this one was big time. If you go back and see, this one was a long, long, long trade. Monthly shopping levels, resistance, support, weekly trend lines, day that it breaks, day that it says go ahead, and there we are. I do truly believe that people will get inspired today by watching this video. Look, people are looking the holy grail in trading, and I always remember the movie of Kung Fu Panda. They fighting to find the holy grail of the ninja things, and at the end was a mirror. And tell you that was a big lesson for me because I see myself every day in the mirror, and I don't need to look anywhere else. We are the holy grail. This is now a little bit just my new index meter. As I said, I've been progressing from there, and I do the same thing. So this is a monthly support and resistance levels that I have. I got the weekly trend line. The date that it breaks, and that date, actually, this one is the New Zealand US. So New Zealand is very weak on the 24th of July, and the US is very strong. So this is my watch list. I don't trade everything that is here. I only mainly concentrate US and yen crosses. I still write down, the whole list, but I only picked the best one over there. So as I say, two groups over there, and that was the run. And that's my new EA that I'm have at the moment. Jeff Donchien 1.6 auto alert. And here I have the index meter, the weekly percentage, the weekly difference, and the daily pips difference over there. So when I find over there, this is what this one does. The market breaks 5 pips below the line, enter the trade, trailing stop, and it is. How many of you love it, this one, huh? Here, so we got the pound New Zealand now, as the pound is strong, New Zealand is still weak. So we got the gap. So this is actually the fundamental side of my trading, and this is the technical side of my trading. And this is only using one strategy alone. All right. So it again, I have what? Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, and that's the trade from there. Boom, fly. The market enters and the market gives. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and there it is. Beautiful trade. It goes and it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, and there we are. I hope so you're not crying on the other side. Look, we all went through all of this sort of scenario, in our lives, but that's how we learn. All right, so that's what we're gonna leave for the another date. I don't want to make too long these videos, but so yeah, that's what I did. Normally, what I normally do, for the into the people being, asking me, Jeff, what are you doing at the moment? How are you doing? So I said, I better just, telling people what I'm doing anyway. Maybe, people aren't interesting or not, but this is one of my strategies. No, that's the wrong. I tried to look where is, okay. So at the moment, I only have here recorded the 2019, 19, and 20. So if we're looking Over there, I do webinars every day, every week, every day, and then every week. So in these webinars, you know, comes a Monday, and then I actually present with the three strategies that I have. I present what is going to be happen. So this one's, for example, 2018, and where are you? So there, and then I'm running from here. So the same strategies that I show you over there, explain the EA, how the EA works, and every time I add more strategies, um, and so on. So that's how, you know, I do not believe that no one's learned to trade in one workshop. No one has become a doctor in 2 days. No one has become an engineer in 2 days. You know, that's the reality of trading. So I have dedicated since 2010 and doing these webinars where every day, 52 weeks, going and buying goes, 2019, another 52 weeks, and I can click everywhere, and that it is Monday to Friday. Um, and I don't know how far I can go. What is the other ones over there? So that is it. So what I actually providing at the moment is that live webinars, 10 to 11 Australian time. This is when the Asian market open. Um, so it's the 6 weeks of this year. I send the recording through Hightail. So for example, let me see here. If I go over there, so that's Hightail. So I compress the video and then I send the video for people who cannot be into my webinars. I send the video through there and they receive in the inbox chat every single day. I So live webinar, record webinars. Then I send the setups that I find it every day. So there are people that sometimes they don't have time to watch my or my videos or my boring talk, and they just get boring because Jeff talks too much. So therefore, we come over here, and then here we find setups. So this is the watch list one. And here, we find that I send the chat so people actually can look over there. There it is, shopping levels. That's the monthly, that's the weekly, that's the daily, that's the breakout, and that it is. So that's it. How good is that? Tell me. Nobody provides something like this one over there. And I do my Fibonacci targets. I have the minimum target, maximum target, and every trade. That's the weekly direction over there. Ready to trade over there? Yeah, ready to break. And there it is. And we trade from there. So that's what I do. So these three things that I send, and it's been for many years. So that was the beginning. Sometimes when I find nothing, I find nothing. So that's the reality that it is. So sometimes I find only few trays, and that it is. So that's my old index meter. Same thing. I'm looking for the breaks trays, and if you see over here, this is a monthly shopping level, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter, and that it is. All right. Now, the good news is that apart from having the live webinars, apart from having the recorded webinars to send, apart to sending all of these chats so people can trade, but sometimes people don't can trade because they have some issues, there. So what I just implement into my new adventure with GMT is what I call an FX Blue technology. So what FX Blue it does, I actually has a trade mirror. So, and that's very exciting. So because I have my own trading platform, trading myself every single day. So let me show you over there. So that's my trading platform here. That's my live account. That's my lot sizes. I trade only the US and the yen pairs over there. And as I said, I go to my targets over here. I just experiment within. and that's it. So that's my trace. And what actually this one does, the euro yen, I was a bit worried because the euro US is coming down, so I'm trying to save as much as I can that one there. So what is this one available is that my trace got copied to every single client that is with me. How good is that? I know everybody's very silent at the moment, but that it is what it is. So what has happened? Um, um, I have, in here, so I show you there, is this is the same account, but in this account, so as you see, it's the same account, Gold Prime account. And here I have this, is connecting to that. So I have two platforms, same there, but every trade that execute in these platforms actually copy and mirror into your platforms. Now, one of the beauty things of here is that when you come over there, you actually maybe it's not in here. Oh yeah, maybe here you decided your lot size according to your account. How good is that? So I only provide the signals if people are busy. Maybe someone says, in the United States, at 10 in the morning, they're too late, they're wanting to sleep and they cannot do nothing about it. And suddenly, so I provide now live webinars, record webinars, pictures of the chatting setups, and the signal trading into the platforms. So you're connecting with me. I have my code there. I subscribe you in here, and suddenly everything is copy my strategies over there. That is insane. Now, people say, "Oh, Jeff, that's great, but I want to see your account." I say, "Look, past result never will guarantee futures performance." I said, "Put in a demo account and test my signals." Takes my trade. Well, I'm trading that account. I have to make money with that account, so therefore, I'm not playing with that, demo account. And yeah, so like up today, let me show you today. What is today? So all these trades that we see today is Wednesday, it were here. So I'm looking and make the analysis. That's the weekly. That's the trend line, weekly candle close trend line breakouts, and that's it. So, and there we are, the trades of today. So as you see, this is a monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, that daily breakout, index made up, and bang, and now you saw how they're going. So this is another one. Forgot sometimes don't put the lines there, but because people already know. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and now not only that, but copy the trace to every one of it. Tell you, this is you. I don't know. I've been in a lot of sort of software. A lot of people try to actually. What I try to do with this is I want people earn while they learn. All right, so people can come to there and they will see this chatting, they're looking the index meter, looking at all of this, and suddenly they just comes with um incredible performance, because people wants to rely on another trader. They want to run from the something very important, and when people say, oh, trade for me, I say, look, I'm happy if I trade for you, but you make money, I make money. If I die tomorrow, what happens next? Now I want to leave something. I want to teach you how to fish, and I want to tell you how to do these things. Now I don't believe that in 2 days or one here talks you're gonna learn. Yes, I'm looking for an automatic trade, and actually, the company that I'm with there, they just released an EA based in my ideas. And let me show you a little bit over here. Where is it? This is the weekly candle close EA number one. This one over there. Where is the release? Just it was a few weeks ago. And this EA is actually for our trade US manual. No, I just want to look at the test results. and the automized results. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the other screen. I have three screens here. Where is that thingy? For Austrian trade, I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the lady. The performance are not that great, but so this is the EA that GMT has actually developed. They are experts in this. So it's producing at 10% in 1 year, which is, look, it's still better than what the bank is giving to you, isn't it? So if you put money there and it does a lot of trades, but one of the good things of this fully automatic EA is only the drawdown is a 5% a relative drawdown, which is, quite good, when you're looking over there. So it's still a lot of room to performing more and more with with this EA. And yeah, so this is another one that we have. This is with Australia and New Zealand. This one was not very good. This is just was released not long ago. Oh, this is based on the weekly candle close. Yeah. So still, they still try to automate my system, but I say when people come to trading just because the money, that's what I believe everybody fails. You gotta love this one, isn't it? You gotta be in love with what you do. Like we all have their jobs, and this is, when you work for something that you don't like it, then you work every day. But when you do something that you love it, you're never gonna work one day. And this is what I try to pass everything I know. Look, I have since 2011 people still with me, and I said, "Are you not boring about me?" It still isn't. Look, this news I find today about ASIC in Australia got suspended. Wow, I don't want to talk nothing about just in case there's any legal things, but yeah, that's happened today. So yeah, so if you wanting information about that, gmtfutures.com, come to the education site, click send a GMT FX Live, and get a start now. You go over there, you watch the video for 1 hour, explain about the weekly candle close direction only, and then you from there and Chain will contact you. We give you 1 week for free all service. You will have the index meter so you can test it, do your own back testing over there. So what I suggest to people to do with this one, when you come over there, scroll up and down over there. And what I'm looking, as I said, I only train the US and the yen crosses. So what I'm looking with the market shifted the strength, and from here you can see the signal. So if you enter in all the US pairs over there, you know what it is. There is a specific reason I trade these two pairs, these two groups, but that's inside that, same with the weekly. So if you want to, come over here and say, okay, this is what Jeff, and the same thing, I'm looking for something that shifts the strength, something that is moving around. So if I look, for example, there in the 10th of June, come over here into the chat, 10th of June, I don't know where we can find 2019. 10th of June, July, 10 there. So let's have a look. 10th of June over there, and that's the 10th of June. And where we were looking, I forgot all about it.